What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video going to be doing something a little different. Going to be talking just a little bit briefly about diversity of playbooks in Madden, and something I think EA could do at least for this year to just maybe try to open things up a little bit more than they are right now. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you like to stay up to date on Madden tips, gameplay, and news, consider hitting the subscribe button below and make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad. So, gonna try to make today's video really quickly, not gonna rant too much, but I mean, as most of you know, every year in Madden, people tend to just run the same stuff. It is what it is. I don't think that's ever going away. People are gonna use whatever they feel is the most effective. And, throughout the years, EA nerfs a lot of different things in the game, which it's good to nerf things that are overpowered, I get it, but every year, I've been saying this, and people say, well, if you nerf stuff, people are going to have to get more creative, but it never works out that way. It just always boils down to just one thing being ran on defense and one thing being ran on offense. And, it looks like it's back to mostly being gun bunch this year on offense, and it's nickel 35 odd on defense. It's the same defensive play every single play, and the playbook diversity is very bad in the game. A lot of things have been removed and nerfed over the years to where there's only so many things that people can deem that actually work good enough to use. A lot of plays in the game don't work as they're intended, so you can't really play real football a lot of the time when you play Madden, because a lot of concepts don't work as they're intended in Madden yet. It's not there yet, so you have to kind of use what's over effective. But there's two playbooks in the game that, are a little bit different, have some creative stuff in it, but they're not actually available to be used, and that's the Elite and Legend Team playbooks. You can't play with these. The only way you can use these playbooks is by actually using the Elite or the Legend Team. So you can't use them in online play. You can pretty much only use them in play now. Like right here on the left is the Elite defensive playbook, which, I mean, it's a decent playbook. You have dollar, you have dime, you have big nickel, you have 5-2, you have 3-4, and you have 4-3, which, any playbook that has 3-4 and 4-3 is always nice, because not too many playbooks have it. But more so talking about the offensive playbooks, because, I mean, the Legend offensive playbook is actually really unique. It doesn't have any shotgun in it, so a lot of people wouldn't use it, but it has some really creative stuff under center. If you're an under center guy, it's got creative stuff in it. It's got, the jumbo wing formation. It's got, if most of y'all remember Jumbo Heavy, some people still run Jumbo Heavy. A few people do, because it actually does a really good job at blocking the popular loot blitzes and the type of instant contained blitzes that people like to run. These type of under center formations actually do a really good job at blocking those, and they're also really good running formations. So when you run these type of formations on people that want to run those type of defenses and not think, it makes it very hard for them to beat you, because you have a heavy set that you can run well on, but they can't get to you when you pass because of the way there's so many people that you can block on the line. It makes it very hard for them to block you or blitz you. So it kind of takes them completely out of their game. I mean, just look at some of these under center formations that this playbook has. You have, the walk right. I mean, and it's got plays in here that you don't typically see in most playbooks. You have the bunch RT freeze, which is, this formation's crazy. This sweep is really good. You got some decent passing plays in it. This halfback blast is honestly the glitchiest run play in the game. If this playbook was able to be used, I think a lot of people would spam this run. Look how quick the handoff is. It's really crazy. And I get it. A lot of people are definitely against any type of run play being overpowered, because it's just annoying to go up against someone that just wants to run and spam a run play over and over. Which, I mean, if this playbook was able to be used, they'd probably have to look into tuning this run, because, I mean, the handoff is so super quick. It's ridiculous how quick the handoff is. And unless you just get something like that, like a weird block shed or a weird grab animation, you're gonna shoot forward for an easy 4 to 5 yards, especially if you have a trucking back as well, because the handoff is just so quick. You can't really shoot the gap to stop it, which that would be annoying. But to me, nothing's more annoying than just seeing damn near the same offense and the same defense every play. You have a nice sweep play out of this. It's just you could get creative with some of these playbooks, but they're not allowing them to be used in game, which is kind of annoying. And they're in the game. That's the thing. These playbooks are in the game, so why not allow them to be in MUT? Allow them to be used in head-to-head, because at least, if nothing else, you at least create a chance for people to use something different, right? We'll go ahead and switch sides here so we can look at the elite offensive playbook, but you at least create the chance for people to want to use something different. Right now, I mean, here's the legend defensive playbook. It's a 3-4 base playbook, which most people probably wouldn't use this playbook, but like I said, it's more so for the offensive side of the ball. This playbook is like really good. You got jumbo heavy in this playbook, which is the only other playbook with jumbo heavy, because run balance is the only one that has it. So you get jumbo heavy in the elite playbook, which is pretty cool. You get some pistol, which is fine. You get gun wing stack. You get some wide trip stuff. You get trips tight end. This is just a really what this is, just a stacked playbook. You get a gun bunch with some really good plays in it. It's not the best gun bunch in the game by any means. It's actually kind of a weaker gun bunch, but it's just nice to have a playbook that has jumbo heavy but also have other good formations in it, because the run balance playbook itself isn't like the best outside of the jumbo heavy really. But if these playbooks are actually in the game, they should be available to be used, and at least maybe it increases the chance that 1 out of every 10 games you play, you actually can run into a different type of offense, or maybe all you see is bunch. You see the same few plays over and over. Some people running trips tight end and stuff like that and split close, but mainly you're seeing bunch, like plays like Pat Sale every play, and they're not even always the hardest to stop, but it's just when you're seeing the same play run over and over and over, and a lot of that is due to there not being enough playbook diversity. But you actually have 2 playbooks in the game that actually are kind of unique and have some good stuff in them, but they're not, for whatever reason, those are the only 2 playbooks in the game that aren't available to actually be used in mud or regular head-to-head, or outside of a play now setting. It seems kind of like it just seems kind of dumb in my opinion. Because otherwise, like I said, all you're seeing is pretty much bunch every play. And even though they tried to nerf bunch, it's such a good set that unless you literally nerf every single play that exists in bunch, there's going to be enough plays for people to run. And we've seen that this year. Last year, it was mainly people running, dig, halfback out, PA post, corner strike. So they kind of nerfed those plays. And now it's basically Pat Sale, verticals and mesh post, If you're in the Patriots playbook, you're using Pat Sale. If you're in the West Coast playbook, you're using mesh post. Mesh post is the better version, in my opinion. But I mean, that's all you're seeing. If you open up some of these playbooks, maybe some people would hop under center and try to get a little bit creative, and you still would see the majority of the same stuff. But I'm just saying that, at least try. And I think this just opens up a bigger discussion that we need better playbooks in Madden. We need more diverse playbooks. We need the concepts in these playbooks to work how they're supposed to, because a lot of people will say, well, everybody wants to spam money plays and stuff, and my channel is that I post money plays, and some people will say, well, I'm the reason people run everything, and that's just not the case, because I post tons of different stuff out of every different formation. I post something out of damn near every formation in the game on this channel. I'm going to post stuff out of gun bunch, but I'm also going to post split close. I'm going to post under center stuff. I post pistol stuff. I post stuff that no one uses. But some of the meta stuff or the popular plays that I post, well, by the time I post them, they're already widespread, and they're being ran by most people online anyway. So at that point, I'm showing it to you guys because, there's like a fight fire with fire approach type thing. If you're playing someone that's just running gun bunch and mesh post and verticals all game long, well, in some situations, you kind of have to fight fire with fire, and you have to go to that yourself and, try to beat them at their own game. And that's why I post that stuff. By the time I post those type of plays, they're already widespread. I mean, and most of the people that are watching my videos already know about the plays, so it's not the case. But we need more playbook diversity. We need things to work so that people can get away from just saying, well, I'm only going to spam 1 or 2 plays all game. If more things worked, if more formations worked how they do in real life, if more route combos worked how they did in real life against the right coverages, we wouldn't have to, resort to saying, well, I need to run this play because most of the plays in the game suck. They don't work the way they're supposed to. So I have to run this crossing route and this post route because this is actually going to get me the yards I need to move down the field. Whereas if I'm trying to run, this concept over here, because I know you're in a cover 3, but for some reason in Madden, even though this would destroy cover 3 in real life, but in Madden, this concept just doesn't work as it does in real life, well, then it's rendered useless. So you know, open up the playbooks. We have 2 really unique playbooks in the game. Let them be opened up to everybody. At least that'll help a little bit. At least make the game a little bit less boring, maybe for some people, not for the majority, but at least for some people. It couldn't be that hard to just open them up and let them be used. But yeah, I mean, that's just like my little mini rant for today. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, I will see you guys next time.